So from the ancient Tibetan monasteries, we have a very broad science about the body and the body's electrical system and how this electricity plays itself out in 24 organs. So that's a very interesting science, and you can actually ascertain how these organs have taken form in each person. This you can actually read in the iris of the eye, which is a reading that's quite different from iridology. So this wisdom system also have a very interesting feature, which is like an almanac, like a calendar kind of thing, which I've been told was actually made in the beginning for farmers. But it's actually also very interesting to follow this calendar and watch how these features of each organ plays itself out. So the way it works is that over a year, each of the 24 organs come in feature in 2-week cycles, and we call these cycles a ChiChai. So when one organ has been in its 2-week cycle, it will be released by the next organ and the next organ, and then we go through all the 24 organs within a year. But the interesting thing is also that during those 2 weeks, we every day also has a cycle of organs that take turn over 4 slots. And each slot lasts maybe around 6 hours. It depends how long and short the day and night is in that region at that moment. So that's a little more advanced. But the long and the short is that if we have one organ in feature over the 2 weeks, then of course the character traits of that organ, which can be good or bad, or the character traits, the way the behavior patterns, the identification points and the challenges and the ups and downs and the male and the female energies in that organ will all be in feature and will be stronger during those 2 weeks. And then we also have the other organs taking turn, including the organ that is in feature. So all the organs take turn in actually intermingling over like each day. There can be new organs coming in and intermingling, and that can actually add color to the features we already have from the main organ that's in feature. So that means that on some days, the main organ that is in the 2-week cycle will also come in the shorter cycle, in the shorter slots, and will actually double up at certain points. It will double up itself, so we get a double up of a specific energy from that organ, and that creates what we call a shock point. And that can be usually it's a timing that lasts about 2-3 hours, where the energy is very intensified. And if you like, you can actually watch that in the world around you, how people interact with each other, or what happens in your world, or things like that. So this is actually a very nice, you can say, playground for awareness and for getting to know yourself more, and for burning off what you might call old pieces of karma inside yourself or something like that, adding awareness to all the stuff that we consist of consciously or unconsciously. So the usually it's like the first week would typically be things that how you interact with the world around you on the outside, whereas during the second week, the characteristics will be more what's happening. How do you process inside yourself? How willing are you to really look at yourself and take responsibility, or how do you actually process everything inside yourself? And the beauty is, and the gift in it is that the 2 last days of a specific cycle, we call it the blessing days. So there's no some definite timings or anything, but it's roughly the 2 last days. And so if you have processed with awareness and you have really been conscious, you processed from your heart and you have taken responsibility and you've been a very good girl, oh boy, then you will experience those 2 days as like really everything is just rigged in your favor and things are going really well, or you will receive some kind of gift energetically or actual gift, or something will change in your life that maybe will have traces with it onwards. So that's the blessing. On the other hand, if you have just turned your back on everything that's called consciousness, or you have really not been much in your heart or anything, you might actually receive what we call a curse. Now, this is not a demonic curse or anything, but it's a couple of days where you get reminded that, oops, there's a few things here that need a little bit extra of your attention also after this organ is not in feature anymore. And then you can almost sense when the next organ comes in feature again, because it's as if the whole universe has to shift itself and find new pathways. So the first or second day when a new organ kicks in can be very chaotic, or then the computer doesn't work, or the car doesn't want to start, or somebody comes late, or you sleep in too late, or some little things like that can happen. So all in all, a funny thing to look at, and I will be making updates every 2 weeks about the organ that we have in cycle, and point out to you the things that you might have fun with going around and watching in yourself and in the world around you. So have a lot of fun with that. You are very welcome to go into my website, gayaprem.dk, and find more about these things. Sign up for a reading of your iris. And you are very welcome to share and like and sign up to my channel and get all the updates about this amazing science.